Hello, hello! Perfidious Pete here with the little Friday night roguelite action. Friday night rogue night? It's rogue night, that's what it is. What's up, chat? We're gonna play a little bit of Slay the Spire. Architect, hey, Mighty Patapon, welcome to the stream, bro. What is Slay the Spire? Well, it's a roguelike deck-building combat game. I've been playing quite a bit of it lately. It is really fun. I've been enjoying it a lot. It's available on Steam. I want to say the asking price is pretty reasonable. It's like 15 bucks. You're gonna get your money's worth. I've been enjoying it quite a bit. I have exactly one win under my belt, so I know that the game can be bested. We have made it to the heart of the Spire one time, but only one time. And I did that. We've got two classes here. The class I got to the top of the Spire with is the Ironclad. He's pretty good, tanky, hits pretty hard. He heals a little bit at the end of every combat. That's his special ability. Heals 6 HP. And I think what we'll do, though, I don't have a win yet with the Silent, so let's see if we can get one with the Silent. What's the Silence bit? Little lower HP, does not heal, but at the start of every combat draws 2 more cards. And is mostly focused on like poison and not attacks that hit very hard, but making ridiculous numbers of attacks. Happy Friday. Hey, Reaver119, welcome to the stream. Let's do this. Let's go for the Silent. Let's try and get our first win as the Silent. I do have a couple unlocks for the Silent, and as you can see here, this three-eyed space whale, I guess we're channeling a little bit of Game of Thrones here. George R. Martin, they were like, three-eyed crow is already taken. What if we go with a three-eyed whale that also has 3 blowholes for some reason? You know what that reason is? Whales love dick. That's the reason. He's like, hey, with 3 blowholes, I can satisfy 3 whales at a time. Let's do it. 6-eyed? No, I'm assuming he just has eyes on one side like a walleye. Since we were going to talk to this man, the reason that we're getting this, of course, we did on our last run, it is a roguelike, of course, so it's got kind of a progressive element going for it. Based on how well you did on your last run, this guy will give you little bonuses to start. The better you did, I think the better the bonuses. So we can obtain a random card. We have a 12-card deck here. Here's the cards we have in our hands. We've got 5 blocks and 5 strikes. Block gives you 5 block, which effectively stops damage. We've got 5 strikes, which effectively just hits an enemy for 6. We have neutralize, which applies 3 damage. It costs 0, which is nice. And applies 1 weak. What weak does makes the enemy do 25% less damage for 1 round. Survivor is just sort of a better form of block, but it requires us to discard a card. Interesting thing about Survivor, if it's the last card in your hand, you don't actually have to discard a card to use it. This isn't a prerequisite for the power, it's just an effect. So we can obtain a random card, we can get 100 gold, you can use the 100 gold to do things like buy more cards or relics at the shop, remove 2 cards, okay, we can obtain a curse and remove 2 cards, or we can lose our starting relic, which is the Ring of the Snake, it's really good, and get a random boss relic. I really wouldn't mind milling out some cards. So every single hand, we're going to start with Writhe in our hand. You know what? Worth it. What are we going to mill out of our deck? Easy peasy. We're going to get rid of 1 defend and 1 strike. Pete, how come you're getting rid of your only offense and defense? Well, objectively, we didn't hurt our deck, really. In fact, we made it more likely for us to draw Neutralize and Survivor, which are effectively our good cards. And every time we get into a fight and win, we're going to have the opportunity to add more cards to our deck. So one thing I've learned in my travails through the Spire, getting garbage cards out of your deck is real important. It's real important. Milling cards out of your deck is super useful. So these little question marks are like random events we can run into. The little bag thing, of course, is the merchant. We can have him mill a card for us. And I think I'm going to go for the merchant. Do I want to go double question mark, or would I rather go single question mark double fight? The question marks do have an opportunity to be combat. We could spring over, go question mark fight, but this is an elite monster, and I really wouldn't mind fighting an elite. We're probably going to need a couple card. You know what? Nah, screw it. Let's go for the double question mark. So here's the Writhe. We cannot play this card, but, you know, we could discard it with Survivor. Alright, so this man right here is going to attack us. He's going to do 7 damage. Strategic. This enemy intends to inflict a negative effect on you and attack for 7 damage. So he's going to hit us with some kind of debuff and also whomp us for 7. We can deal with this. We will hit him with the Neutralize, because, hey, it's 3 damage, it's free. It also drops his damage dealt down to 5. We'll toss a Survivor out here, ditch this Writhe. and then we'll strike him. We still have one more energy we can do we can't really do anything with. We might as well play another defend, get our block up to 13, and then we'll just end our turn. Iskar, hey, welcome to the stream. We're going to be playing some Hold Fast, by the way, post-stream. Also, chat, let me know how the audio is, because it seems maybe a little loudish to Pete, but it always seems a little loud to me when you guys say it's good. So, you know, let me know. This guy's going to swing at us for 7. We don't have any way to heal, and we are weakened this turn, so our strikes are going to be less effective. They're only going to deal 4. So I think what we should do, let's just block twice, make sure we take no damage, pop this guy for 4, and end our turn. Okay, he poked us. He hit us with another 1 point of weakened, but the previous point from the earlier round wore off. So we're going to neutralize this guy, whomps him for 2 damage, takes him down to 9. Let's Survivor. We will go ahead and discard a defend because it doesn't really matter. Then we'll defend and strike. I mean, early on, we don't have a whole lot of options with our cards. We only have so many, so there's only so many permutations of ways we can possibly play them and things we want to do. The best thing to do here is just try to minimize the amount of damage we're taking while doing any damage in return to the enemy. We can't play Writhe. All we can do is discard. We can get rid of that out of our deck, and probably if we go see the Merchant, that Writhe is going to be the first card we mill out. We only have 12 damage in our hand, so we can't quite kill this guy, and he is going to hit us for 12. We can't block it all, but we can block most of it. So we're going to take 2. I don't like taking damage in the first fight. That's a bad sign. Still, 2 damages. It's only 2 damage. There are campfires and things we can use to heal our HP. So let's Survivor. We'll beat this Writhe. Keep that Writhe, though. Let's hit him with a strike. And, again, we're stuck defending again. Even though we're I'd really... I need some more strikes here. When we defeat this enemy, we'll try and take some manner of strike effect. Something we can use to do damage into our hand. And this man is dead. 1, 2, and that's fatal damage. Need a Duvu doll. 17 gold. We picked up an explosive potion, which does 10 damage to all the enemies we're going to fight. We got a sweet-ass hand grenade, and the opportunity to add a card to our deck. Riddle with Holes. Takes 2 energy, deals 3 damage 5 times. That's okay. So Terra applies 99% vulnerable. Things that are vulnerable take 50% more damage for attacks. And this lasts for 99 turns, but it only works on 1 enemy. Exhaust means once we play this card, rather than putting into our discard pile rather to redraw, it's sort of it's effectively the exile mechanic from Magic the Gathering if we ever played that. Or we can take Noxious Fumes, which is pretty good. At the start of our turn, it just 2 poison to all of our enemies. Poison is a damage over time that works on like a exploding. It's a bang mathematic. So if you hit somebody for poison 3, they take 3, then 2, then 1. Terror is interesting, but I think I'd really rather go with Noxious Fumes. Alright, let's check out our mystery question here. Alright, our mystery question is actually combat against the cultist. No big deal. He's not going to attack us this turn. He plans to use a buff. I've fought cultists a number of times. He's going to give himself a buff that makes his strength go up every turn. Strength effectively means every single turn he's going to hit us for more and more damage. We might as well hit him with the Neutralize, because, hey, 3 damage for free ain't bad. Get the Noxious Fumes out. We don't need to defend shit, because he's not attacking, so let's just do as much damage as we can to him. Also, he's over there doing fucking Semaphore or some shit, or he's trying to land a 747. You'd think whoever he'd be signaling would be capable of flying, because, I mean, this is some kind of bird, man. He has wings. So he's going to attack us for 5. No-brainer here. We're just going to strike. Survivor. We'll dump a defend, which is fine. That puts us at 8. He's going to hit us for 6. He's going to take 2 poison damage. Suck it. Children's card games are serious business. What is this Yu-Gi-Oh shit? I wouldn't really say it's very similar to Yu-Gi-Oh. Okay, we got a shit hand here. But what we can do, we sit back, throw up some blocks, make sure we take no damage, and we just let the poison do its work. This guy is getting progressively more and more poison. He's taking 3 damage. Now, at the start of our next turn, we're going to poison him for 2 more. He'll be taking 4 damage. He is getting progressively stronger, though. So we need to Survivor and block here to avoid taking damage, which is fine. Let's hit him for 6. We'll Survivor. We'll Deka Strike because we wanted in our discard to redraw, defend, end our turn. Fighting a guy in a giant bird suit. I think he is a giant bird. I don't think it's a suit. We're not killing Big Bird here. Don't worry. There's not going to be a tragedy on Sesame Street. I don't know, Oscar, what happened? Oh, wait, I'm doing an Oscar the Grouch voice. You know what? My Sesame Street impressions are terrible. It's going to be like I make a Snuffleupagus joke about how Snuffleupagus actually snuffed Big Bird, but then I fucked the accent. It all went to shit. So, deflect. Cost 0, gains 4 block. It's okay. Underhanded Strike. Unplayable. If this card is discarded from your hand, deal 7 damage to a random enemy. So this costs nothing. It's also not very good, though. It's a card we can't get rid of. Except unless we mill it out with, like, you know what? Actually, Underhanded Strike is not terrible, because it costs nothing. So anytime we can have this and Survivor in our hand at the same time, but Terror is also real good. You know what? Let's try Underhanded Strike. It's new. I've never taken it before. Let's give it a whirl. As you make your way down a long corridor, you see a banana, a donut, and a box floating about. Note, upon closer inspection, they're tied to strings swimming for holes in the ceiling. There's a quiet cackling from above as you approach the objects. What do? We can heal 23 HP. We're only down 2. That doesn't really seem that necessary. We can gain 5 max HP, and we could receive a relic, but in order to get a relic, we got to get a curse, and this curse is pretty shitty. It's an the box. No, it's an unplayable card, and at the end of our turn, we lose 1 HP for every card that's still in our hand. In this case, don't take the box. The chat one really wants me to take the mystery box. Take the box. I'm taking 5 max HP. I'm not taking the box. That is the worst. Regret is like the worst curse in the game. They call it regret for a reason. It's like waking up next to a sleepy Perfidious Pete the morning after a drunken bender. Oh, you're gonna have some regrets, trust me. Alright, so here we are at the merchant. We don't have very much money, 113 gold. Let's see what he's got for sale. Acrobatic is not terrible. Draw 3 cards and discard 1 card. That would be another way for us to potentially get that unplayable card out of our hand. We could pick up another Unhanded Strike. We could grab Dagger Throw, which is an attack. Deal 9 damage, draw a card, discard a card. That's also a way to maybe get rid of our Underhanded Strike. Enlightenment is fantastic. We just can't afford it. You know, Bandage Up is actually real good. Drawing 3 cards and discarding 1 card is pretty powerful. Plus, it's on sale. I really like Bandage Up, though. That's pretty good. An opportunity to heal 4 for nothing at every fight. That's a solid card. But I think what we're gonna do, let's take Acrobatic, and then we're gonna mill a card. So what are we gonna get rid of? We're gonna get rid of the shitty ride, so we don't have to have that crap anymore. See you in hell. Adios. We're down to 35 gold. I think we gotta go fight our elite and try to get an early relic. So we're gonna have to fight and then fight again. Play the pot of greed. This is not too tough of a fight. So we got our Underhanded Strike. So let's neutralize this baby. We're going to bring him down. He's only doing 6 damage. Then I think what we do is we just Survivor, throw this Underhanded Strike. I was hoping we'd get lucky and hit the slime. We did. So if we just strike the slime, he's dead. We can Acrobat, draw 3 cards. We're not going to be able to play any of them. We can discard 1 card. Let's Deek a Strike. We did waste our Noxious Fumes, but honestly, I don't think we're going to need it. We're cycling through our deck at a pretty furious pace with all this card draw. So he's going to hit us for 8. No problem. We'll just block for 10, strike for 6, and we're done. He does give us a wound, so every time this guy hits us, we get a wound, which is just an unplayable card. These are not permanent. Wounds don't stick around. These only last for the combat. So we can... he's not attacking this turn, so we can just strike him 3 times. Or we could strike him twice, get 8 block, and we get 1 more damage from that than we do from a strike. Might as well chew the Underhanded Toss. We're going to throw Underhand like a kid's Pee-wee softball game. And then we'll neutralize him. And just strike him. He's dead. Alright, easy peasy. Picked up 11 gold. Distraction. Add a random skill to your hand. It costs 0 this turn. Exhaust. If we had any skills that cost more than 1, I might be interested in that, but I think every skill we have is... Yeah, we have every skill that we have costs 1. This does give us skills that it does is a way to get cards that we don't have in our deck into our deck. I also really like outmaneuver. Prepared. Draw a card, ditch a card. It costs 0. It's another way for us to... You know what? This is another way for us to play Underhand Strike, I guess. It would give us a bonus card, let us get rid of Underhand Strike. I really like outmaneuver, though. Let's just take Prepared. I'm a big fan of stuff that costs 0. If you cost 0, odds are pretty strong I'm going to pick you up. Did we get our Underhanded Strike? No, but we did start with Noxious Fumes. Alright, so let's throw that. We're going to get hit for 24 here, so I think we got to throw a Survivor. We'll toss an Underhanded Strike, get some cheap damage. And I feel like we got to defend here. We're still taking a pretty hefty chunk of damage here. How much Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Magic the Gathering have you played? I have never played Yu-Gi-Oh! Ever, but I've played a considerable amount of Magic. Yu-Gi-Oh! Skewed a little young for my demographic. Right, so we're getting 16. We can lower that a bit if we weaken one of those guys. Now we're down to 14. Let's throw a Prepared here and ditch one of these strikes. We picked up a Defend, which is good. We're still taking damage. You know what? Give me an Explosive Potion and another Explosive Potion. We've got an Elite coming up behind this. I really want to get these guys dead. I don't want to take a whole bunch of damage before I have to go fight an Elite. And Explosive Potions aren't exactly super useful. We're only getting hit for 8 here. Unfortunately, we didn't get much of a draw. Let's kill this man. Now we're getting hit for 0. So let's Acrobatics, see if we can't draw into a strike, maybe. Okay. I was hoping we might also draw. The nice thing about that Acrobatics is we could actually draw an Underhanded Strike with that and then just immediately discard it. Then I guess we'll just hit you for 6, and we're done. We do have our Poison working for us here a little bit, too. So we're going to get this guy. He's close to Fatal on just Poison. If he's not attacking, we might shoot at his buddy in favor of taking the kill here. Except he is attacking, so we're going to have to try and kill him. Man, did we get a shit draw. Well, we can take 8 of that damage off the table. We can drop this guy down to 3, and that's it. We're done. We got too damn many wounds cluttering up our deck. So let's hit this guy with the Neutralize. That's going to drop him down to 6. He does have 4 poison, so he's dead. We can defend just for shits and giggles. Poison's going to kill him, though. Yeah, suck it. Taste my poison. So, what did we get? We got a bag of marbles. At the start of each combat, apply 1 vulnerable to all enemies. Surprisingly, the bag of marbles is actually a really, really good relic. That means for the first round, we're going to do an extra 50% damage. Whenever your attack, deal 3 damage to the attacker. Caltrops is okay. Piercing Wail is pretty good. It basically makes all the enemies hit for 6 less damage for 1 turn and then exhausts. That's going to wear off. Big Bird basic geometric shape. This is starting to look like a kid show piece. Well, I could just start saying fuck a lot if you'd like. Remember that time I bent Big Bird over and fucked him in a dumper? Yeah, right outside of Oscar's can. And then when I was done, the condom I soiled fucking Big Bird, I stuffed it in Oscar's mouth. There. Are you happy, chat? Now are we not are we like PG-13 enough for you? Alright, let's go hit this campfire. So we can rest, which gives us back 22 HP. We are down 20. We can also smith, which lets us upgrade a card in your deck. You know what? We're not that hurt. I think I'm going to go ahead and try and smith here. Let's see what if we upgrade acrobatics? We draw 4, discard 1. That's going to fill our hand pretty fast. What do we get if we unhand her? 10 damage. So damage on that goes up by 3. Not really that huge for an upgrade. What about Noxious Fumes? Noxious Fumes gets a pretty significant upgrade because then it's 3 poison at the start of every turn. Neutralize makes something... You know what? I feel like we got to upgrade Neutralize because it's just so good. 2 weak is huge. Also, we're never going to get rid of Neutralize either. It's always a good card. We got another campfire. We can go into a little combat, fight 1 more elite, rest again. Is this the way we want to go? We only have 80... Well, actually, it's... We can either go that way or we could go this way, hit another elite and a campfire. We could potentially fight 2 elites. We'd have to do this combat, grab a relic, and still beat... And you know what? I think we got the suit for it. I think we can do it. So we started with Noxious Fumes. That's pretty good. Let's flip that out there. We got every single defense card in our deck, though. Alright, let's prepare it and see if we can... Nope. Alright, we'll just ditch that strike. I guess we're just going to defend, and we're taking some damage here. We're taking 10. That's not a trivial amount of damage. We got kind of a shit start. That was a bad draw. Plus, we did have them vulnerable that turn, and we didn't get to take advantage of it. Alright, this guy hits harder, so let's weaken him. I think we got a flying... Yeah, we can Survivor for an underhanded strike. That gets a 7. This guy has gained armor. He curls up when attacked, so it gives himself a little bit of block. Let's hit this dude for a flying knee, and then I guess we'll acrobat. Alright, you know what? We got another neutralize. Let's dump this strike. This guy is already weak, but we can give him 2 more weak. It won't make him hit for less damage, but it makes that weakness last a hell of a lot longer. So he's going to be doing minimized damage for the next 4 turns. He'll definitely be dead before then. Taking 8 more, man. We're getting kind of wrecked here. We could Flying Knee for a little bonus damage, plus it kills this dude. Even though he's not attacking here, then I think we got to go defend, defend. This guy is weak, and he's still hitting for 14. Really would have liked another defense there. Alright, we're taking 4 more. What's that supposed to be? A pile of fruit? I think he's like a woolly caterpillar, Jed. So let's... This guy is not attacking. The turn he's not attacking, we do all defense. Well, we can hit him for 7, and we can defend the shit out of his no attacks. Perfect. Why do I suddenly feel like I'm playing XCOM here? So he's going to entangle us. Entangle means we can't play attacks. So we're going to draw nothing but attacks because, of course, we did. Well, we're going to acrobatics because it's the one thing we can play. I guess we'll discard a strike. We'll defend. On the plus side, we are only going to... Man, we're getting a shit draw here. He's going to die from our poison. Down to 32 HP. Alright, just fucking die already. We took way more damage in that fight than we had any right to. Dash is excellent. Skewer is also pretty good if you have a lot of energy. Spend all of our energy. We start with 3, so we can do up to 21 damage with the Skewer. I really prefer Dash. It does cost 2, which sucks, but gain 10 block and do 10 damage. That's pretty nice. Let's take Dash. I'm gonna go grab a relic. Are there 3 pods with the Sectopod leader right next to it? The Varya is this is an excellent relic. Start each combat, gain 1 strength. That just means all of our stuff does more damage. Perfect. That's a really strong relic. Couple it with the fact that we already have all the enemies starting as vulnerable, and we have a really nice little first round synergy working here. We're gonna go fight the elite. This is gonna be tough. Alright, this man is sleeping, so as long as we don't do too much damage to him, he's not going to wake up. So let's try and not do too much damage to him. So first thing we do, let's neutralize him. If we break through his armor and do actual damage, I think he wakes up. Let's get rid of... He's still not going to attack this turn, so let's dump that. Let's hit him with the Flying Knee. And then hit him with the Dash. I should have discarded the underhanded strike. That was a misplay right there. Little reminiscent of Darkest Dungeon. Slay the Spire is real good. We did pretty good damage that turn. Alright, so we've got... He's going to hit us for 13. Ouch. We do have 4 energy, so let's play it slow play. We'll Noxious Fumes, start the poison working, just defend for 3 and end our turn. What do you got there, champ? Oh, you got nothing. Get blocked, son. Alright, this time he's hitting for 18, though, and that's no joke. So let's neutralize him, get that back down to 13. I think we go for a Survivor here. Let's dump a strike. It gets us 8. We got to acrobatics and try to draw into maybe another defense. We'll dump the underhand. There we go. Free damage. We're not going to be able to dash, so we're taking 5. May as well hit him with a strike then. We did manage to deke our way into the underhanded strike, which is nice. Alright, he's not attacking this turn, so we're going to hit him with the flying knee. Gives us 9, gives us bonus damage on our next turn. The time we need card draw, we actually don't get it, of course. He's down to 44. Siphon Soul. So he lowered our dexterity, which means all of our blocks block for less. So every time we play a block, it actually blocks for 1 less than it's supposed to. That sucks. Alright, let's dash him. We get 9 block out of that, which gets us halfway to not dead. We did do 10 damage. We can throw a prepared here. Alright, you know what? We'll deke one of these defense, because we only really need... Well, we actually need them both. You know what? Dump the strike. We'll hit him with the neutralize, lower his damage, defend, defend. We could have not defended twice. We could have struck him instead. Damn it. Misplay. We're learning. Every game is a little different because you don't always get the same cards, so you kind of got to feel your way through every run. Can we do 23 damage to this man? Technically, we only actually need to do 18 damage to this man, can we? The answer is yes. So we whomp him with the flying knee, then just strike and strike. He dies to poison. We win. Got him with the old poison damage. Alright, we're picking up 29 gold. The Gira. You can now gain strength at campfires. 3 times max. That's really good, though. We also picked up another explosive potion, and we can add a card to our deck. So Flying Knee, pretty good. Predator. Deal 15 damage and draw 2 extra cards next turn. Pretty good. But Alchemize is fan-fucking-tastic. That's just 1 free potion every single battle. Totally worth it. I'd love to go grind a card out of our deck, but I really feel like we got to go rest here. We could also gain strength at a campfire, but we need the HP. We could still mill a card. Would we rather go fight, fight, question mark, rest, or merchant, fight, fight? You know, we don't need to mill a card that badly, and we don't have enough money probably to buy a relic. Let's take the fight, see if we can get a little more cash. Fighting does introduce the opportunity for damage, but I'm confident we're going to be able to take this man down. So let's neutralize him. Take him down to 9. That means our survivor almost covers. Let's Deka defend. I think we got to toss Noxious Fumes. And you know what? I'm actually going to take the 1 damage and hit this man with a flying knee. Because he is vulnerable. He's taking bonus damage this turn. We want to take him. Kick him in the dick while he's weak. That's the Perfidious Pete method. Hit him while they're down. Kick them while they're down. And then once they're down, don't stop kicking them under any circumstance. So we're going to acrobatics, draw a couple cards. We're going to get rid of this underhanded strike. Bam, take 8 more. We definitely should alchemize. Random potion. We got ourselves an energy potion. That's pretty good. So I think we just defend. You know what? Let's defend again. We got poison working on this guy. Let the poison do its work. Overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer. I'm rarely overconfident in this game. Alright, let's neutralize. Get him with the dash. Big damage and a block. He's actually done. Deal. Pack up your shit and hit the bricks, champ. You done. Picked up a strength potion, which is good. And we can basically, if we've got 3 potions, we can afford to use 1 potion per fight. Heal Hook. Deal 5 damage if the enemy is weak. Gain 1 energy and draw a card. That's pretty good if we can combo that in with a neutralize. Sucker Punch is also pretty good, though. Just deal 7 damage and apply 1 lead. Flying Knee, I mean, all of these are all good options. I don't like Heal Hook because it requires the enemy to be weak. Otherwise, it's basically just a shittier version of Strike. Sucker Punch does more damage than a regular Strike, also applies 1 weak. But the you know what? Give me another Flying. You can never have too many Flying Knees. Do we have the soup to take another Elite? I think we do. Let's go for another bonus relic here. Alright, this guy is basically just a damage check. So he's not attacking us this turn. He's going to fight. So we should acrobatics, draw 3 cards. We can get an underhanded strike out of that. Alright, so get rid of the underhanded strike. Noxious Fumes is actually not going to be worth it here. We want to hit this guy as hard as we can on this turn. Yep, we're dumping all the... we probably should have gone for a flying E and get some bonus energy next turn. Might have been a little better play. Look at the abs on that guy. He's got, like, what, an 8-pack? I mean, he's okay. He's rocking a fairly solid 6-pack. All right, we're going to throw our explosive potion. Odds are we're going to get a chance to alchemize. If we were going to drink the strength potion, we should have done that at the beginning. He's going to hit us for 14, but his buff, every time we do anything other than attack, this guy actually gets stronger. I think we just take the 14 damage, strike him twice. You know what, if we're going to do anything, let's get the most value. We're taking 2 extra damage, but we're stopping 8. This makes us only take 8. That feels worth it. He's no Yuri Novak, but still, he's got a nice body. Alright, so we're going to neutralize. That takes him down to only doing 6 damage. We can strike him again. We could alchemize, but that's actually going to give him a bonus. You know what? That's fine. We'll take 5 block. And the only reason we're actually... You know what? I want the potion. I'm not going to acrobatics. I don't need him hitting any harder than he's already hitting. We're still taking 4. I was farming the potion in the hopes that we might get a healing potion. We didn't, but we still got him. Every time you play 3 attacks in a single turn, gain 1 strength. This is a fantastic relic for us. We also get a card. Skewer Catalyst. Double an enemy's poison, and then exhaust it. We don't really have very many poison attacks, and honestly, if we're going to take anything here, I think we want to take a Sucker Punch. Alternatively, the right play there might have been to take nothing. We are rocking 19 cards in our deck, and I like to keep mine at about 25. He's around the tops. Right, can we kill any of these guys on the first turn? We could dash, and acrobatics gives us 21 damage. We could kill this man. We're taking 8, though. You know what? No, we take... Okay. So we can kill this man. And then what we do is we acrobatics. We're going to burn through 3 cards, but we're going to ditch this underhanded strike. I think we drink our energy potion, give ourselves 2 energy, alchemize to get a new potion, and then maybe we womp this dude with a flying E. We killed... Oh, we didn't kill that man, though. Son of a... Yeah, well, we'll get him next turn. We're taking no damage. We killed one and really injured another one. This guy's charging up something. This guy blocked for him. What is your deal over here? Angry. Whenever the angry gremlin takes attack damage, it gains 1 strength. It's not that good. So we can sucker punch this guy and damn near kill him. We only need to stop 4 damage coming in. So let's take you off the map. We could strike again. That makes the angry gremlin stronger. So you know what? Let's strike shield gremlin instead, and then we're just going to survive her. No damage. The word double is always powerful. Got you weakened, even though we didn't really need to weaken you. I'm going to actually not attack this guy this turn because he's doing basically 0 damage. Let's dump a Noxious Fumes, throw this defend. We'll hit this dude with a flying E. Give ourselves some bonus energy, and this block is going to wear off. Now he's down to just 24. He's going to hit us for 4, but who gives a shit? 4 damage is nothing. And now we want to try and wreck this dude in 1 day. We're not going to be able to do it. What we can do, though, defend twice. Actually, you know what? Let's defend 3 times and just hit him with an underhand strike. Oh, I had energy left. Shit. I could have struck him. Misplay. Doesn't matter, he's still fucking rude. Get sucker punch, chump. Alright, got a backflip, gain 5 block, draw 2 cards, outmaneuver, catalyst. Backflip is just not that good. I do like outmaneuver. Let's take a catalyst. Even though I think it's kind of shitty. Doubling poison could... Oh, you know what we're going to do? We're going to lift. We got to go fight the boss, though. Probably going to need more HP to beat the boss. Let's rest. I really wouldn't mind getting that +1 strength. We need to try and get an early campfire on the next floor. The Sucker Punch the go-to move in real life, too? Of course it is. Always Sucker Punch someone. If he's going to attack us for 9, that's no big deal. We're going to dash. Gives us 11 damage, which is actually 16 because he's vulnerable. And we got to block off. Let's throw a Prepared out here. Ah, freebie! Pulled it into the underhand strike, and we're going to bap him with a flying knee. Alright, we did like, what, 41 damage there? That's a hell of a first turn. Always alchemize. Wow, what a shit turn here. You know what? I'm going to drink one of those just to get rid of it. We really needed some card draw there because this guy is actually not attacking. He's preparing something. But he's going to hit us with one really, really big attack. So what we need to do is get him down under... He's going to hit us for 35. Well, 26. We can only get him down to 80, which is not enough. You know what? Draw. Give me 3. What else we got here? Weak potion. He's already weak. Yeah, give me the acrobatics. Honestly, I think we get rid of the defend here. We go for the Sucker Punch. This sucks. But he is a boss. All we have to do is survive the fight. However many HP, we get fully healed when we start the next floor. It doesn't matter how many HP we have left at the end of this piece of shit. That hurt a little. We can interrupt his next attack by dropping him to half health. Honestly, though, I think what we want to do here is acrobatics. Go ahead and get rid of this strike. We'll defend. I actually want to wait a turn to drop him under 70. Yeah, get rid of this strike. And defend again. I want to maximize. So here's how this guy's mechanic works. When you get him under half health, he splits into 2 slimes. Shit, our poison did it. God damn it. The 2 slimes have as much health as he has when he splits, which is why I wanted to wait and try to do a bunch of damage to him in one turn. Also, they lost their poison, which is another drawback. None of them are attacking this turn, though, so let's whap this dude with the flying knee. Same thing as applies here. When we get these guys to half health, they also will split. Yeah, we should just sit there attacking. Neither one of them are attacking. You're fighting Flubber? Nobody can fight Flubber, chat. Flubber is indestructible. This is what the Tao of Jerry Lewis has taught us. You cannot best Flubber. It's the most indestructible substance known to man. Let's hit this dude with the flying knee. Again, neither one of these guys is attacking this turn. Let's take a little defense. We want to try and drop them under... we want to try and drop them a lot of hit points all at once so that their splitting slimes are as weak as possible. They're hitting us with Frail, which makes us block shittier. And now they're going to wreck our shop. Except for this guy, who we have interrupted. He's under half health, so he got interrupted. This is going to hurt, though. You know what? We could have gotten rid of all of our Frail with this pointless elixir, but instead, let's make you weak. And now we're only taking 3. Not enough blue-eyed white dragon. As deck builders go, is this a good one? Kiefer, I really like Slay the Spire. I've been playing it a lot. I've been having a lot of fun with it. I think it's really good. Nobody is attacking. Let's prepare. We'll draw 1 card. You know what? We don't really need Catalyst right now. Let's ditch it. We got a strike. All right, that's good. So we're going to weaken you. I don't want to split you yet. So let's Sucker Punch, strike, strike. We're still taking no damage this turn. This guy we actually have caused to split, so he's going to become 2 smaller slimes, each with 32 HP. We're getting frail as hell. So some guys are starting to attack here. We're going to have a hard time getting this right, so we got to do this. Drink that. Wait, it's supposed to get rid of my frail. You lied to me. Well, dash will give us some block, I suppose. I don't think... Can we kill one of these guys, maybe? These guys are not attacking, so we're comfortable ignoring them. Let's with the flying knee. Oh. Alright, we're taking 10. This is gonna be close, man. Our poison is still doing a little bit of work for us on the back end. It's gonna pick this guy off next turn. When those guys hit us, they also give us a wound, which is just another unplayable piece of shit bogging down our redraw. It's an unplayable piece of shit bogging down your redraw. So it's basically, we're talking unplayable pieces of shit. It's sort of like a Brett Favre at the end of his career then. So let's neutralize this man. That puts him down to the point where poison's going to kill him. This guy's also going to die from poison, so we really only need to stop 8 damage here. Let's throw a catalyst at this man. Then we'll survivor. Discard underhanded strike. Gives us 11 damage on a random enemy, and we got nothing else to do with our energy, so I guess we'll defend again. 2 of these guys are going to drop dead. Is your character wearing a goat skull? I mean, possibly. It's some manner of skull. Why's it got to be a goat? Couldn't it be something cool like a dragon skull? So you're dead then. We can't get to 18. We could weaken you. We already have 7 armor. You know what? It's fine. If we hit you with weaken, we're going to take none. I don't really want to draw. You know, I guess we could pull into an underhanded strike. Oh. Worth a shot. Oh, why is our character wearing a goat skull? I mean, the why, I think, is self-evident, chat. Because it looks cool as fuck, that's why. Would you walk up to a dude wearing a goat skull on his head with the intent of fucking with him? Of course you would. You'd be like, that man has a fucking goat skull on his head. What the hell is wrong with that? He's walking around wearing a goat's head. I'm definitely not going to approach that man when I'm panhandling for change. On your next turn, your attack damage is doubled. I like it, but it costs 2, which is pretty expensive. Glass Knife is also pretty good. You can throw it. It basically hits for 16. It only costs 1. Every time you throw it, though, it gets a little bit weaker. So the next time it's only going to hit for 12. Time after that only hits for 8. Corpse Explosion. Enemy loses all poison. Deal damage equal to twice the amount lost to all... That's expensive, but you know what? I think we got to go with it. It'll be good for those fights where we have to fight more than one enemy. Alright, so we got 3 relics. We got the Cursed Key. Gain 1 energy at the start of each turn. Whenever you open a chest, obtain a curse. That seems terrible. Calling Bell. Obtain 3 curses and 3 relics. That's... You know, that's bad, but you could mill most of those curses away. Or alternatively, take the Eternal Feather. For every 5 cards in your deck, heal 2 HP whenever you enter a campfire. You know what? We're taking the Eternal Feather. This is a way for us to get some healing without actually healing. So we're going to get, what is it, for every 5 in your deck, heal 2 HP. So we're going to get 8 HP every time we go to a campfire, even if we don't heal. That's pretty solid. And it's way better than gain a billion curses, which all of the other things had. So we want to get to a shop as fast as possible. Preferably without skipping an elite. Can we do that? Looks like the answer is no. We would be able to fight 1 elite. Alright, let's start here. Little fight. So this guy has 40 armor to start. He's okay, he's armored up like a tank. And he also negated our vulnerable debuff, which sucks. He's not hitting us, so what we should do is just hit him for as much damage as we can. Let's sucker punch him. He does negate debuffs. We can do that. That's going to apply 2 weak. Once again, that's going to get ignored. Well, our only other attack is a dash. We've got him down to 16 armor. He's not attacking. We can't really do anything else. I guess let's end our turn. Are you fighting a raspberry swirl donut? He's very clearly a donut hole, chat. Come on. This man is his raspberry swirl donut hole. He's not an actual donut. This is a donut hole. So I feel like we should alchemize. So let's grab 8 block. Let's get rid of Catalyst because we don't have any poison yet, so it's doing us literally no good. We'll alchemize, pick up a potion. Hey, a weak potion. You know what? Throw it at him. That means we're taking no damage. We can afford to hit him and end our turn. Loving the Newgrounds Flash game graphic style. It's very retro. I got nothing but positive things to say about Slay the Spire, with the exception of the Book of Stabbing can go fuck itself. There's an elite called the Book of Stabbing. That guy is a piece of shit. Poseidon, thanks for throwing a penny at me. I appreciate it. Okay, good. Let's get rid of a strike. This guy's hitting us for 14, and there's not a lot we can do to stop it. So let's get a Noxious Fumes down. Might as well wrap him with a Flying Knee. Did he negate my... No. And then I guess we'll strike him again. Taking 14 here really sucks. We didn't draw any defenses. So we can neutralize him. Keep him weak. We got the poison working. He's going to hit us for 7. We're only going to get 3 block out of that. You know what? Honestly, I'd really rather just try and take him out there. There, we did it. Okay. And you know what? The defend is just bonus. This man is dead. We took 14 damage, but we got him quick. Poison Stab. We are starting to get some poison stuff, and Poison Stab is basically just a better attack. Riddle with Holes I actively dislike. This card's discarded from your hand. Draw a card. It's okay. I honestly don't know if it's better than Poison Stab, though. Basically, mill a card, draw a card. You know what? Nah, give me the Poison Stab, actually. Now that we've got Corpse Explosion, we want to try... Okay. Navigating an unlit street, you come across several hooded figures in the midst of some dark ritual. As you approach, they turn to you in eerie unison. The tallest among them bears fanged teeth and extends a long, pale hand towards you. Join us, sister, and feel the warmth of the spire. Let's look at our deck. We don't... Okay. We have 4 strikes in our deck. What we could do is we give away 30% of our max HP. That's a pretty hefty chunk. 30%. It's like 20... Was that like 22? 22 max HP? No, it's more than that. It's like 28 max HP. We get 5 strikes, but Bite does 7 damage and heals 2 HP every time we do it. I'm tempted to say no, and kind of the reason I think I'm tempted to say no is ultimately we want to get rid of strikes in our hand already. And since we already have milled 1 out, we only have 4 strikes as it stands. I don't want to pick up another card that ultimately... You know what? No, I'm saying no. I'm sorry, Edward Cullen's family. I don't want to join you and be a vampire. I'm just going to go ahead and stay regular, old, boring, clumsy, uninteresting, rock-fucking-stupid Bella Swan. Thank you. A vampire wearing a goat skull would be pretty badass. You know what, Colonel Sherbert? You have made me immediately regret my decision. You're right. A vampire. Think how much cooler Edward Cullen would have been if he had wandered around the entire Twilight movies wearing a skull of a goat. He's immediately like 90% more badass. Alright, this fight already sucks. So these guys hit us for 1, but they're going to do it 5 times. If we can hit these guys 3 times... Okay, they have a buff, which means they take half damage from every attack. But if you can hit them 3 times in a single turn, that buff goes away and they get stunned. Clock Tower, thanks for the quarter. So this guy's hitting us for 0. It means we don't have to defend him at all. And if we throw a dash, then we'll have enough block to absorb all the damage from the rest of these guys and still enough energy to throw out a Noxious Fumes. That seems like a pretty solid... It's like a good compromise play. I would think Sparkling in the Sun would kind of negate any of the badassery you get from the Goat Skull. Good point, chat. I hadn't considered the sparkliness, but you may be right. Alright, so this guy's going to hit us for effectively none. But we're going to survive her anyway because it lets us whip an underhanded strike at somebody. Alright, so we hit this guy for 1. Let's alchemize because free potions are awesome. We'll hit this guy for another 3. Don't know what I hope to do with that. I actually just draw a discard from the same turn because I'm an idiot. Alright, so these guys are caw-cawing, which means they're going to get progressively stronger every single turn. We need to start stunning them. Is it a little early for a Catalyst? Holy shit, we're going to take so much damage here. Alright, so let's weaken this one. That actually took quite a bit of damage off the table. Can we kill one? Yes. Well, not if he's still flying, because he's only going to take half damage. So we can either defend twice. Man, we're fucked. If we defend twice, we're still taking 15. Yeah, that was a mistake, though. I thought if we doubled his poison, we might... Yeah, we're getting wrecked here. We do have fatal damage on this guy next turn, but it's going to be way too late. We're going to get the shit kicked out of us here. That hurt. Oh, wait a minute, though. Oh, get ready to get fucked. Corpse explosion. Took a lot of our energy, but you know what? Totally worth it. Hit this man with a flying knee. We're going to take another 5 damage. We got to do it. We got to kill these guys, or eventually they're going to wind up so strong there's nothing we can do. We do have fatal damage on this guy, too, as well. Sparkles are masculine and scary. I mean, for certain values of masculine and or scary, I suppose. Hit this man with the flying knee. Alright, so everybody is dead. This is just a vindictive kill, because fuck that guy. And I guess for Survivor, that prepared. Not that it matters. This guy's not going to hit us. He's dead before he gets a chance to go. We took a sort of catastrophic amount of damage there. Dagger throw is pretty good. Draw a card, discard a card. It's another way to mill through those unplayables in our hand. Backstab is also pretty good, though. It just does 12 damage. It has innate, which means every combat we will start with that card in our hand. And we do have the synergy going where enemies are weak and vulnerable on their first turn. So that's actually going to do 18 damage. It's a one shot for 18. That's not terrible for 1 energy. Just start every combat, bam, take 18, motherfucker. I think we got to go with backstab here. Alright, let's go get rid of some cards and maybe buy a relic. What do you got, merchant? Raise our max HP by 10. No, thank you. Tingsha. Whenever you discard a card during your turn, deal 3 damage to a random enemy for each card discarded. Not terrible. Membership card. In future levels, shops appear 50% more often. Bonus, 20% discount on all products. That's pretty good. Deal damage equal to the number of cards in your drop. No, I mean, we're buying this because this card is fucking amazing, though. What's Eviscerate? Cost 1 less energy for each card discarded this turn. Deal 6 damage 3 times. It's not terrible, but it's not great. Malaise. This card, we spend all of our energy and an enemy loses X strength and we apply X weak. The strength loss is permanent. So it is a good way to, if you can get a whole bunch of energy, it's a great way to weaken one really powerful enemy. But it's kind of a niche because you can't really do anything else on that turn. Deadly Poison just gives us 4 poison. Meh. Well-laid plans I do like. Can we get well-laid plans and mill a card? Yes. We're going to take well-laid plans, and we're going to mill a card here. What do we want to get rid of? I think we just get rid of another strike. We're picking up a lot of offensive cards. The merchant likes gold. Who'd have thought? We need to heal, though. Okay, here's a damage check, and we're gonna get some good mileage here out of our backstab. So, bam. Just 19 immediate damage on the old Snecko here. Let's well-laid plans. This just lets us keep 1 card in our hand, so we can almost always make sure we have whatever we need. I think we should go Noxious Fumes. Hit you with a strike. End our turn, and I think we'll keep a defend. This way, in case he attacks next turn, we can at least stop some of it. He's confused us. So, we have confusion. Whenever we draw a card, we have to randomize its cost. We got boned in that everything came up a fucking 3. He's going to hit us for 15, which also sucks. So, I guess we'll defend and defend. There's really nothing else we can do. Let's keep Underhanded Strike. You know, actually, we should keep... No, because not at 3. If we can't keep a Neutralize that costs 3. We're never going to use it. Alright, we're taking 5 damage from this bastard. Mind Blast. Our draw pile only has 7, but it's still 7 damage for free. I think we Sucker Punch for 0. That's a no-brainer. Poison Stab, also good. Especially at 0. Let's Acrobatics. We're going to draw 3 cards. We're going to ditch Underhanded Strike. Gets us another 9. We could strike for 8, or, you know what? I think we Survivor here. Let's ditch this strike. And we're going to retain... Even at 2, Alchemize is probably still worth keeping. We're going to take another 3 damage. Man, this guy's kind of putting a whooping on us. We're getting close. Dash for 1. That's excellent. So we got 10 damage out of it. We got enough to block, and now we got 2 energy left over to play with. We could hit this guy for 14 poison, except he loses his poison. So you know what? Let's Alchemize instead. Corpse Explosion. You know what? Fuck it. At free, it's a good bargain. You know what? I don't want to keep any of those cards. A 3, 3, and a 2 for mediocre shit? No. Clock Tower's older brother made his son wash his hands after opening glittery gift bags at Christmas to make sure the infection would not spread to their home. Sounds like a smart man. Takes 10 damage for free. Man, Mind Blast is a great card, though. 7 damage and some poison, but the damage is enough to kill him. Picked up a Dexterity Potion, and Masterful Stab. Can only be played if there are no other cards in your hand. Deals 10 damage, costs 0. That's going to be real difficult to pull off, though, because... No, I would rather have a Slice. Masterful Stab it does a lot of damage, but it's too hard to pull off. I'd love to lift, but we have to rest. So where can we get another Campfire? We'd really like to try and get another Campfire and get an opportunity to actually lift. We could go Relic. I want to try and minimize our combat. We're going to have to fight an Elite unless we go all the way around. Nah, I think we can... We'll probably be able to take one. So neither of these guys is attacking. Oh, this is beautiful. This guy is vulnerable, and we're going to Mind Blast his ass. Oh, he negated the debuff, though. Son of a bitch. Oh, well. It's still, we got fantastic mileage out of that. Hit him with the Flying Knee. We can backstab him and he's dead. You know what? Backstab him and he's dead. This guy isn't even attacking, so let's Acrobatics. Why did we Acrobatics? Just to try and pick a card that we want to have in our hand. Let's get rid of Corpse Explosion for now. Oh, we haven't well-laid plans yet, though. We're not retaining cards. Son of a bitch. I did the card draw to try and pull in cards to retain, and then I forgot we actually weren't retaining cards. There's well-laid plans. Let's go ahead and prepare, because we need some defenses. We can also throw a pointless damage at this guy's shield. We're going to dash, because we need the block. And we'll Flying Knee for bonus energy next turn. And we'll strike because we can, although we could have retained that strike. And considering this guy still has a shitload of armor, that's probably would have been the better play. Alright, this time this guy's going to hit us for 20. 10 twice. What can we do about it? He still has 26 armor. We can't block shit. Well, you can drink that potion. And if we go triple defense, that gets most of it done for us. We're still taking 5. You know what? 5 is better than 10. Because we could also go for the Poison Stab. You know what? Poison Stab or Noxious Fumes? Give me Noxious Fumes because it'll take away his debuff bit. And you know what? Go that too. Taking Exploding Poison. We're keeping Poison Stab. took the 5. Alright, this is actually a pretty good turn for us. He's gonna negate one more debuff. Let's have it be a poison slam. Then we neutralize him. We actually get the benefit of the weak, which drops him to 7. We can Survivor. We'll deep this defend. We don't need it anymore. We could strike him for actual damage or alchemize. I'm going to alchemize. We'll get this man next turn, and that gives us another explosive potion. If nothing else, we could have thrown that potion for 10 damage. I just don't think we need it. We're not taking damage here, but if we need it next turn, we will use it. Oh, I get Mind Blasted again, shit biscuit. Poison does ignore block, by the way. So we should Acrobats just to ditch this underhand strike. Down to 12. And you're dead. We done it. We have wrecked the Raspberry Swirl Donut Hole. The man has been ruined. We also picked up a block potion, which is extraordinarily good. At a random skill to your hand, it costs 0 this turn, exhaust. Distraction is pretty good. I kind of don't want to pick up any more cards, but our deck isn't good enough yet. Dagger throw's not terrible. Backflip. I guess we'll go with distraction. Let's go get rid of a card, actually. Hello, Mr. Merchant. Do you have anything really, really good? Whenever you apply a debuff to an enemy, they take 3 damage. It's pretty good. Panacea is great. Oh. Lose all, frail, vulnerable, and weak. That's very good. Quick Slash is not terrible. Dagger Spray, we already don't like. Blur is interesting. It's basically a defend that lets you keep your block and roll it over to the next turn. Noxious Fumes ready. You know what? No. Mill card. Get rid of these strikes. Or would we rather get rid of a basic defend? You know what? Let's mill a defend, actually. I like to try and keep my deck at only about 25 cards. What's in the box? What's in the box? Come on, give me the head. At some point, chat, I'm just going to throw this out there. At some point, there's got to be a game where you open boxes or chests or something of that effect, and inside that box, there better be fucking Gwyneth Paltrow's head. One day in a video game, I want to open a box and have Gwyneth Paltrow's head come out. This relic is actually straight up dog shit, though. It lets you dig for other relics at campfires. It's okay if you're playing the Juggernaut because he doesn't have to rest near as much. But where we could, if our choice could be gain 1 strength or try and dig up another random relic, we'd probably go for the strength. In an abandoned temple, you find a giant book, open, riddled with cryptic writings. As you try to interpret the elaborate script, it begins to shift and morph into writing you're familiar with. Well, let's read the book. Odd, the book seems to be about an ancient named Niao. It's a book about the One, but in cat form. It's a kitty cosplay of the Matrix. Why is that a thing that does not exist? There definitely needs to be an all-cat version of the Wachowski brothers' hit film, The Matrix. General feeling in Malays continue to lose 1 HP. I gotta learn about the cat Matrix, though. The Ancient of Resurrection, Niao, was exiled to the bottom of the spire. Okay, feel compelled to read more, body begins to ache. Yeah, I'm gonna lose 2 HP. Seeking vengeance, Niao blesses outsiders, using them for his own purposes. Starting to feel weak and tired. Yeah, I'm still losing it. They are resurrected by Niao, remember only fragments of their past selves, cursed to fight for an eternity. As you near the final page, your old wounds begin to reopen. Fuck it, I'm taking a book. It's almost killed us, but what does it do? Start each combat with a random power card in your hand. It costs 0 to play. Totally worth it. Unless we die right here, which honestly we might. I think we're going to have to skip the elites, though. Alright, let's see exactly what this book got us. So we should have a random power in our hand that costs 0 to play. I guess we got well-laid plans. It seems like suddenly it's really not that worth it. Also, we're going to take a lot of damage here. Alright, so let's Explosive Potion. That'll help. You know what? Let's Block Potion. And then all we got to do is come up with 10. So hit this man with a Flying Knee. And a Backstab. If we kill him, we should kill him. Kill him. If we kill him, we have enough block to survive the rest of the turn. So it took both of our potions, but you know what? We're going to get one of those potions back when we alchemize next turn. You have to click the relic to use it? No, I don't. There are no active relics in this one. It's just everything works. So Mind Blast is going to hit you for 14. Sorted. This guy's going to hit us for 12. Let's flip a Prepared out here. See if we can pull a defense. We did not. We got to get rid of something. You know what? Deke. I mean, I want the Flying Knee. Get rid of Noxious Fumes, actually. Let's play the distraction. We got Calculated Gramble. Discard your hand, then draw that many cards. Alright. You sold me. That's what we were looking for, was a dash. We don't have any poison on them, so Catalyst is pointless. We might as well discard it, I guess. End our turn. Let's hang on to... I mean, you know what? No, I'd rather keep a strike than a Corpse Explosion. This man doesn't have any poison. This game is shockingly similar to FTL in basic principles, except it's got card battles instead of, like, the pause combat. But yeah, you're not wrong. So neutralize this man. Sucker punch this man. Slice this man. Poison stab this man. And since we have no defenses, I guess we're going to take the 7, but at least we got in a good few licks there. Keep the Underhanded Strike, because we can almost certainly play that. He heals when he does damage to us, and he also gained more armor. Alright, so give me the Well-Laid Plans. Oh, the card we got that cost 0 was actually Alchemize. Because we have another copy. Gonna hit us for 8. Honestly, I think we just go defend, Flying Knee. And just keep both of those for next turn. That's clearly not a man. You're right, he looks more like an overripe avocado that's sort of started to sprout. It's like an avocado that somebody left in the ground a little bit too long. So we should dash. That covers us from a block perspective. We could Survivor an Underhanded Strike. We could also just Sucker Punch the bastard again. I mean, we have enough... Yeah, you know what? Sucker Punch, hit him for the damage, and give me another potion. Eventually, we will hit him with this Underhanded Strike. Keep the Survivor, actually. We can use those for guaranteed damage next turn for 1 energy. Mind Blast. Gets rid of his armor, has him almost dead. We can kill him with the fucking Neutralize, actually. 12 gold, a Poison Potion. Very good for us. Ooh, Crippling Poison is real good. Upgraded Deflect just gives us 6 block for free. That's also pretty good. Crippling Poison is really expensive. 5 weak, that means weakness for a really long time. It's also 5 poison, which is helpful. If we had something that let us play expensive cards for cheaper, I would take that. But honestly, I think Deflect is better. Or at least it's better for us. Now the question is, do we go balls? You know what? We could go ballsy and try to get another relic, but honestly, I think we're almost certain to die if we try that. Fuck it. No guts, no glory. Yellow swag. Let's do... Oh, God, we're so fucking dead, though. The Book of Stabbing is the shittiest fucking boss in the game. He's hitting us for 15 here, and there's, like, nothing we can do to stop it because we don't have any defensive shit. Well, we're going to drink a Dexterity. We're drinking all of our potions. And also throw fucking poison at him because we're going to need to do damage here as fast as possible. I guess we Footwork for free. That gives us another 2 Dexterity. If we had any defense, we'd really be getting some mileage out of it. And then we Flying Knee, Poison Stab, Backstab, I guess. We got good damage on him, it's just we're fucking sunk because we're so hurt. Stabby would outstab anyone. I don't know, the Book of Stabbing is pretty goddamn stabby. There's 10 block, thanks to our deflect, which is enough to stop him this turn. If we sucker punch him, we can keep him weakened. Gotta strike. I really wish we had some card draw here. We can pile on some pointless defense. We didn't get shit out of our bonus energy. Still holding strong. He's hitting us for 12 here. Alright, dash is enough. So that's got our damage. We could catalyst, and you know what? Yeah. Throw 14 damage on him. That's way more useful than anything else we could have done here. A random skill to our hand costing 0 might have been potentially useful. We just got to start getting damage on this guy. We got to get it on real quick. If he hits us once, we're dead. We're probably dead. So we can slice him for 7. We can whomp him with the flying knee. We can hit him with a strike. He's going to take 13 from the Book of Stabbing. I don't know, give it Alchemize, I guess, because it doesn't help us. Acrobatics. Nope, we're dead, chat. We dead. Survivor does nothing for us. Strike does not. If we could play this, it would be helpful. We're dead, though. Once again, the goddamn Book of Stabbing proves... I fucking hate the Book of Stabbing so much. I'd say if we hadn't come in so hurt, it might not have gone that way, but honestly, he did like 40 damage to us there. I fucking hate the Book of Stabbing, though. I hate it. It's the most difficult enemy in a game. Like, I think it's harder than some of the end bosses. It really is.